So I just got this a couple weeks ago. It has his ashes in it and then his name on it. So I feel like I'm closer to him. Stone was the oldest of three. He was super kind. He was always looking out for his brother and sister. He always put others first.
As any parent, you're wanting your kids to start to grow up and make their own decisions. As a dad, I was proud. He was growing up to be an independent young man. It was late at night, and both of us, as any parents, have their phones beside their bed, and we hear our phones ring.
So when I redialed the number, it was the sheriff's office. And they said, "Are you Stone's mom?" And I said, "Yes." They said he was cardiac arrest. So I threw the phone down and I threw it at Corey because I immediately knew what was going on. So the first time I saw him, with all the tubes, I told him I would not let this to happen to anybody else. It was the one thing I knew we could do, and we would do it. And I told him that we would make sure that no one would have to go through what he went through.
It can happen to any student. Him passing was in a window of 60 minutes. And I don't think any student at this point is going to understand that in less than 60 minutes you could lose your life.
A million years, we never thought this would happen. So as a parent, you need to educate yourself. You as a parent need to get involved, but we are also fighting for the lives of these young adults. We don't want this to happen to them, and we don't want any family member to have to go through what we've been through.
Tell me about your son.
Stone was an amazing kid. He is the oldest of three. He was always my mother hen. He always helped out with the younger two whenever I asked him. He was a kind individual. He just made friends so easy. He was a good listener and just the most loving, caring person you would ever meet.
He was talking to you guys about what was coming up and what he was going to have to do, and he wasn't thrilled about it.
Correct.
What did he say?
I had a conversation with him the night before, and he was telling me that part of the last thing he had to do to get into the fraternity was to drink a lot of alcohol. And I told him, I said, "You don't have to do it." He said, "No, we do. Everyone has to drink."
Some of the pledges said they were told to tell their professors that they are probably not going to be here tomorrow.
Correct.
They're going to be absent tomorrow.
Yep.
So again, they knew what was going to happen, that this was going to be a knockout night.
Also instructed to bring a case of water and a loaf of bread, each individual new pledge.
Okay. And they were told to dress in formal attire?
Correct.
Correct.
And that was actually so they could use
Their time.
the ties as blindfolds?
Correct.
This doesn't sound strange in terms of the kind of things you were hearing with regard to Danny, right?
It's very, very similar. Very similar. I mean, a lot of the stories we hear are almost identical.
Stone found out who his big was in this, and it was Jacob Crenn, who was later charged in his death, correct? And when this all started unfolding, each little was gifted a bottle of the family drink.
Correct.
And expected to drink it. And how much do you know about what he consumed?
So he consumed a full liter of bourbon in a matter of 18 minutes.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.